what's going on, guys? Mike Swingman here, giving you guys another video. In today's video, we are going to dive into the situational base running that I've gotten a lot of questions of, especially learning how to, for one, steal from first to second with a guy on third, also to learn how to suicide squeeze, and also with that, we're also learning, and this is huge, but we can also learn how to hit and run. Okay, but before we dive into that, and what we're going to do first is really go over my base running settings to show you what I use in my gameplay. But before we even get into that, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit those bell notifications button so that you guys are notified for the future content on this channel, and also share this video so that other people can be helped, so that it can, this message and this content can be passed around. Okay, but with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into our base running settings in the Show 21. All right, so when it comes to the base running settings that I have got for the Show 21, and a lot of you guys are asking, how did I get here? All you do is you go to your settings tab on the top right, the gear right there, and then you tap settings. Obviously, go to gameplay, and it's going to show you batting and base running. Now, base running will not be on the first page. So what you have to do is you have to click L2 or R2 or RT and LT, I'm sure, for Xbox, and it should take you right into this settings, okay? So I don't have guest pitch, that's for hitting. But when it comes to base running assist, or base running decisions, I go assist. Base running interface is default. Sliding decisions is assist. And running windows is on. Okay, so the running windows helps me to see where the base runners are on base, especially if there's a ball in play, or to see, if I want to steal or not, because, you want to see what your base runners are doing, okay? You don't want to just be guessing, okay? All right, you want to be sure, okay? But these are the settings that I use in the Show 21. This is the settings I recommend. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the first situational base running, and that is having a runner from first and third. All right, so when it comes to the first and third situational base running, this is a question that I have got not only in my streams, but also in my YouTube comments. But what I basically do in order to make the first base runner to go to second is, and I'm going to show you guys, because this is kind of a little backwards, okay? But if you look at your left part of your controller, okay? Now, I know to me it's my right over here on my camera, but it's actually my left side, okay? You have an L2, you have L2 and R2, okay? For Xbox, it's LT and RT. You're going to press L2, okay? And with your left analog stick, okay, you're going to be pointing towards first base, okay? The reason why you want to point towards first base is because you want to activate the runner at first to go to second only. Okay, because if you just press L2, then both the third base and the first base will go. And you don't want that, okay? So if we do that here, all right, here we go. So if I press L2 and put the analog stick to the left towards first base, you're going to notice that my first base runner will go, okay? You'll never notice that it'll be my third base guy to go. Okay, so it even shows you on the top right and the top left of the analog, right, like that. Okay, but you notice that my guy at first goes to second rather than my guy at third. Okay, so if we do that again, all right, we put the left analog and L2 towards first base. You press L2, my apologies, and boom, the guy goes every single time. All right, that is something that I have been preaching on my stream. It's easy. It's more than easy said than done, but that's how you do it. Okay, you basically point towards the base that you want to be activated to go. Okay, all right. And if let's just say that maybe you want to do boom and boom, you want to maybe do both, or do just third base, you're going to notice both are going to go. Okay, all right, because both were activated. Okay, but if you just want to do third base, all you do is you point towards third base while pressing L2 or LT, and only the guy at third goes. Okay, if you notice that. All right, but that's basically how it is. It's pretty simple. You could be surprised of how many guys don't realize how to do it, but That's how you do it. It's pretty simple. Just point the left analog towards first base and L2 at the same time. And when you do that, the guy will go every single time, okay? All right, so that's it for first and third. Let's go ahead and do some hit and run. All right, so when it comes to hit and run, okay, this is something that, you know, a lot of good players use sometimes, especially when you feel like you can't, you know, there's no way that you're not being able to get any runs, or you're struggling at getting guys in and you need to move the guy over. Hit and run is probably one of the best things you can do, but it's also a double-edged sword because there's also a risk that you can get 2 outs. So you got to be careful. Okay, but basically what you do is you're going to press L2, you're going to activate the steal, and you're basically going to hit. Now, if I were you, I would always try to go to the opposite way if you can. Okay, you don't want to go exactly at the same time, or you don't want to pull it or, you know, hit line drives. You want to go oppo. You want to try to keep it on the ground and go oppo. And the best way you can keep it on the ground, you could use contact swing. It doesn't matter. But mostly a lot of guys just use X. They use the normal swing. But I mean, you just got to also be sure that you swing and, you know, and let the guy go to second. Okay, that's the best way to do hit and run. It's one of the best tools to use, especially if you're able to be successful at it and you actually go the opposite way, or you get a base hit with that run or with that steal. It goes to your advantage, and you might even have a shot at scoring. But no matter what, if you're going to do the hit and run, you always have to swing. Do not, and I mean do not, just take the pitch, because you're giving the catcher a good opportunity of throwing you out. Okay, so the more you could swing and protect the guy or protect the runner, the better. Okay, but this is basically how you do the hit and run. Pretty simple process. You just have the guy steal, and then you just, if I was the hitter, try to go oppo with it. So you're here, wait, or, you know, for me, I was very early, and just let it travel and go the opposite way. Okay, that's the best way you can do it, is, you know, just let it get deep, try to keep it on the ground, and then go the opposite way, or swing just like that, and you're safe every single time. Okay, so that is the hit and run. And the next piece we're going to dive into is none other than, okay, and then you guys are going to like this one, but the next situational base running that we are going to do is the suicide squeeze. All right, so when it comes to the suicide squeeze, this is a tool that a lot of guys sometimes use, and it's something that you don't have to do. But if you're struggling at the plate, you need a bunt down, you got to do it, and you need to score that run. This is one of the best situational situational base runnings that you can do to get a run just like that. Okay, but here's the double-edged sword when it comes to the suicide squeeze. Okay, if you don't bunt it or get it on the ground, and it's in the air, or it's a pop-up, you know, you have the ability, or you might have a chance where you're going to be getting a double play, or it's going to be an out. Okay, but I don't really recommend this situational tactic unless you really need to get the bunt down. Okay, unless you really need to get a run, not only get the bunt down, but get a run. And also, you're just struggling at the plate, and you need a run, you're desperate, and you need it, okay? All right, but the double-edged sword of it all is that, you know, and if you don't get the bunt down while the guy is stealing home, which basically that's what suicide squeeze is, it's the guy at third stealing home while you're bunting, okay? Like, just like that, okay? If you don't get the bunt down, or you pop it up like that and the guy catches it, it's a double play. Or if he has 2 outs, it's just end of inning, but your job as the hitter is to make sure you get the bunt down, that you basically find a way to get that run in. Just like right there, I was safe on both sides because, you know, I was able to basically get the bunt down. Okay, but, you know, this is a play that I really don't recommend because it's something that it's dicey, it's risky. And not only that, if you do not get the bunt down, your guy's out at home plate. Okay, but this is a play that, you know, you can do, that you can accomplish. But if you don't, you're going to be out. Okay, so this has got to be like, this is a Hail Mary pass, man. I mean, if you don't get it down, it's over. Okay, so, but this is a very, very exciting play, especially because, you know, like sometimes my streamers will, you know, well, streamers, but like my audience they'll be excited, especially if I do it. But I've never done it in a long time, and I probably won't try to do it. I'm more of a guy that likes to hit, but it's a play that you can do yourself. Okay, but remember, double-edged sword. You know, if you don't get it down, you're either out or it's a double play. Okay, so that's it for the suicide squeeze. We learned a lot about what we did on situational base running. We did first and third. We also did hit and run, and we did suicide squeeze from this video. Okay, but pretty good stuff, man. All three do work, and they're very effective on getting runs. I hope they help you guys, and hopefully you guys can try them out. But those are the three things that we talk about, or those are the three tactics that you could use to help. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. In today's video, we learned a lot about situational base running in regards to learning first and third steals. We did hit and runs, and not only that, we also learned how to do the suicide squeeze, which is by far probably the diciest play that you can ever do, which just like in real life. But if you guys really enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe and hit those bell notifications. Comment in the comment section below on what you guys think on what other situational base running tactics you can do to get more runs in the game. Also, share this video as well to get this content and information out to help everyone around the community. I would really appreciate that. Before I go, though, I do stream on Twitch. We go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at around 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. I usually stream, do some ranked season content, also maybe a couple BR content. But anyways, drop by the stream and ask a question if you guys need anything, okay? But with that being said, that is it for today's video. I wish you guys nothing but perfects and pinpoint pitching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.